Every year on November 25th, UN marks International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Every year on November 25th, UN and other international organizations strives for awareness with respect to domestic violence, particularly physical abuse, mental abuse, rape and other categories. Most of the countries from the developed to developing world are facing women abuse. Particularly, women's rights violation is a major form of human rights violation. This year, the theme for International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is Orange the World. Fund, Respond, Prevent, Collect. Fund, Respond, Prevent, Collect. Orange the world. What do you mean by oranging the world? What do you mean by orange? The color orange symbolizes a brighter future, free of violence. It also serves as a means for demonstrating our solidarity towards a cause. Particularly, orange reflects elimination of violence. So, elimination of violence against women is the need of the hour. More than 6,000 organizations across 187 countries in the world participate in the event. More than 6,000 organizations, government organizations, non-government organizations, civil society organizations across the world, almost from every part of the world, participate in the event and bring awareness for the elimination of violence against women. What is the specialty of the day? Is November 25th carries any weight? Why this particular day is very important? On November 25th, 1960, in the year 1960 on November 25th, three sisters called Mirabal sisters, they were killed by the Dominican dictator. These sisters revolted against the Dominican dictator's authoritarian rule. They started clandestine activities, secretly spreading pamphlets against him, and these three sisters were killed brutally, Mirabal sisters, by the Dominican leader. So, from that day onwards, every year, November 25th represents solidarity for women against violence, particularly women violence. And women are abused, women are misused, and women's rights violation is nothing but gravest form of human rights violation. Women's rights, if we don't protect properly, it affects human rights also. If you see the data in the world and India, we will be shocked and surprised to know. According to NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau, the violence against women in India prevails in all the forms like rapes, dowry deaths, domestic violence, etc. And this violence might be mental or physical. Even mental abuse is also a form of violence. According to WHO report, 1 out of every 3 women, that is 1/3 of the women, experience physical violence in every country. On an average, 1 out of 3 women experience physical violence. And coming to the campaign from 2020 to 2022, the UN Secretary General launched Unite campaign to end violence against women. So, recently a campaign was launched from 2020 to 2022 by the UN Secretary General. The campaign name is Unite campaign, UNITE. And if you see global scenario, as I told, every third of women and girls experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. 1 in 2 women who were killed worldwide. So, for every 2 women who were killed worldwide, 1 in 2 women were killed by their partners or close family members. They were killed by their partners or close family members. Only 52% of married women are free to make their own decisions on sexual choices and healthcare. 71% of human trafficking victims are women and girl child. So, in the entire human trafficking victims in the world, 71% of human trafficking victims are women and girl child. In India, National Crime Records Bureau records violence and crimes against women. As it records most of the crimes officially, National Crime Records Bureau records crimes against women in India. According to the report of NCRB, Uttar Pradesh counts the highest number of crimes against women in India. In rapes, Madhya Pradesh tops. Certain states like Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, they registered lowest number of crimes in India. Internationally, there are conventions which protects women. Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, 1979, CEDAW, and Declaration of Elimination of Violence Against Women. It was issued by UNGA in 1993. The Declaration of Elimination of Violence Against Women also defines what is violence against women. In India, we have various laws like Dowry Prohibition Act, Domestic Violence Act, Nirbhaya Act, Indecent Representation of Women Act. We have so many laws for the protection of women's rights in India. Even Sustainable Development Goal 5 promotes gender equality, SDG 5. We have plenty of constitutional provisions for women, not only general provisions like Article 14, 15, but also specific provisions in fundamental duty, that is to renounce the practices derogatory to the dignity of women. In spite of all these things, in India, women's representation politically, socially, economically in all the fields is only meager. It is highly deplorable. We need to protect women, and the protection of women comes only when women will get fair share in all the spheres of human activity. For example, women in politics, particularly in present Lok Sabha, they are only 14.4%. We need to make them at least half of the population are women, so at least 50% of the Lok Sabha members should be women. Only then the dream of gender equality will be realized.